What is up, my beautiful little kittens? It's Rick here, and today I decided to do like a story time type of video called the time whenever I was like 10 years old. This woman would be like nice to me at one point, but then totally rude and cruel to me at another point, and it's such a weird way she did this. So I tried making this video once, so I do have a little bit of makeup on, but I am going to contour and reset and redo my eyes. So yeah, so this is how the story starts. So it starts with her. I was like hanging around with friends, talking to my friend. I wasn't actually in this show. I was actually, like kind of chilling with a friend in the show, and there's this one part when I was like chilling with my friends, having fun with my friends. All of a sudden, she's just like, "Why are you so beautiful?" And I'm just like, "Oh, I don't know." And then she's just like, "It's genetics," and it's like just out of legit nowhere. And I'm just like, "Okay." And she's just like, seriously though, I wish I had your hair, because then I had like long brownish blackish hair, and now that's really harsh. But I had like this long hair, and like it was always like, everyone wanted it, I guess. It wasn't like that long. It wasn't like, down to my waist or anything, but it was quite like, it was like down to my shoulders, maybe a little bit lower, and it was just something crazy. So I was hanging with a friend in the dressing room. Reminding, I am not in this show. I was chilling with a friend during this show. And right now I know this contour over here sucks. I am well aware. I have two perfectly good working eyes. So thank you for that information. So I'm just going to soften it up with this brush. So this contour looks so good. Why must this one suck? Anyway, so while I'm sitting there, we're talking, we're chilling, all of a sudden she starts yelling at me, like full-blown yelling about me in the dressing room talking to my friend. I was doing nothing, literally sitting there in the dressing room. I wasn't in anyone's way. I was sitting there talking to my friend who's getting undressed. And I know that sounds weird, but here's the thing. In the theater, you have like no privacy in the theater. Like, you have a girl's dressing room and a boy's dressing room. That's it. So I'm doing nothing, and she's yelling at me. I run out of there like at full speed. I just want to leave. I don't want to talk to her. And it was just that type of situation. So she was yelling and stuff. So I leave, and I'm in tears. And my mom sees me in tears, duh. And she asks me what's wrong, because yeah, that's what moms do. So I told her that this person, we're going to call her Miss L. Miss L had yelled at me for doing nothing. And she's like, "Well, why'd she yell at you?" Like, assuming that I did something. And I said, "I was sitting in the dressing room talking to Ella. I wasn't in anyone's way. I wasn't doing anything wrong. She just started yelling at me." And my mom looks at me for a second. She's just like, "Oh." And she's like, "Okay." And then she just leaves and stuff. So then she actually told me later on, in like 2 years later, that she had yelled at her, and she got mad at her because like I did nothing wrong. And she was just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was just having a rough week, I'm so sorry." And I was just like, "Don't say sorry to me, say sorry to her. You're the one who like screamed at the top of your lungs to her." And so she never did apologize, and they found that out, and like 2 years later, once again, she was telling this to her friends, and I explained to them that she had never apologized to me. She just plain yelled at me and never apologized, never said, oh, I'm sorry, you know, I'm having a rough week. Because, you know, if someone apologizes to me, then I'm going to be like, oh, you know, it's fine. We all have those weeks and stuff. But she never apologized. So to this day, I am still quite, not upset. I'm not like horribly upset. I'm not like, you know, this will like be a lifelong type of thing that she will like, I will like go against her with. But like, you know, she should have at least apologized, you know, because like I did nothing wrong. So yeah, I mean, it's like a little snippet of a story, and I don't really remember it all that much because my mom always tells me I have like a weird memory and that my memories aren't always straight, but what she's told me is matched up to what I remember. So yeah, that's my memory. Great memory, but there are so many other people at the theater who I've just wanted to kill. I just really wanted to kill them. Just wanted to kick them out of the theater, like, you don't belong here. Theater is full of nice people. We're not judgmental, we're not rude, we're not mean, we're not good at contouring apparently, but you know, we're not the people to be like, you know, judging everyone, because pretty much most of the theater people all their lives have been judged on because that they don't play sports that much. And I'm not saying that, you know, people who are in theater don't play sports, because I do have a friend who used to play basketball and now is more focused on the theater, but she still does play basketball. And like, there was this one guy, I literally figured this out at her birthday party, but this one guy came up to her and was like, oh, you should do basketball again, you know, you're like really good. And I just remembered I forgot to turn on my light. But so I do know that like not everyone there is like, you know, someone who has but you know, who doesn't play sports and stuff, but there are a good chunk of people there who are not the most athletic of the people in the world, obviously, because not everyone on the face of the planet Earth is athletic, and I really feel like people these days need to know that. But that's just the truth, because like they're not athletic at all, and it's just. And I just got mascara on where I put my eyeshadow. But screw logic, we're just going to deal with getting this done because I'm running out of time. So, like, some people at the theater do need to learn, like, you know, you need to be nice to everyone, and there's no such thing as, like, a bad part. Even though sometimes I will even say, oh, I got a bad part in this. Really? After a while, though, of being in chorus, you do get annoyed with it, and you do, you know, you're just there, and you're just doing, you know, the same old stuff that you have done probably forever. You're like, you know, oh yeah, I did it, you know, I'm supposed to go over to the right, and I'm supposed to go over to the left, you know, you never, you know, sometimes it feels like you never do anything different, and that sometimes really is the case, because there will be times where we have repeated doing things. But once again, I love doing theater, and yes, the last thing I have been in I was not a chorus member, but I know that if I was going to be in the fall musical this year, I would have definitely been a chorus member, and I just needed a break, and I feel like this is a great chance for me to, like, you know, work on my YouTube channel and stuff, you know, the usual, and, yeah, it's just definitely a great time for me to just, you know, just chill out and, you know, live my life, I guess. I don't know. But it's just, I think it's a better opportunity for me to, like, take breaks in between things now, because there will be times where it just is not easy to do things, and I feel like people have always, like, said that musical theater is a lot easier than it seems, and that is not true at all. You have so much preparation and stuff that it's just crazy, and it's sometimes is tiring, and sometimes you kind of just want to crawl up in a little ball and just cry for like ever. But you know better than this, and you know that I dropped my previous highlighter that I used. Never fear, I'll probably find it after I'm done doing this video. So that's just my take on my story, how a little story time, it was requested. So yeah, and if you're wondering, I'm doing heatless curls. So make sure to be an easy